to go through in this section is compound interest. And again, it'd be a good idea to have this equation handy to use. And the equation for compound interest is the following. All right, so here's what the variables represent. Okay, so A is equal to the amount. And this is usually talking about money. So it's the amount in your account, right, after T number of years. Okay, P is what's called the principal. And the principal is basically the starting amount. And now again, this is the amount after T years. Okay, this is number 1, so plus. And then the R divided by N is basically your interest rate. Okay, so R is the rate. Okay, and this is going to be in decimal form. And then N is going to be the number of times the amount is compounded. Okay, so what that means is if it's compounded yearly, what do you think N would equal? If it's compounded every year, how many times is it compounded in a year? Once. And what if it's compounded quarterly? What's N going to be? 4. Okay. What if it's compounded monthly? Yeah. So you guys can see all the different ways that it can be compounded, right? So N just means the number of times it's compounded. Okay? And then finally T is the number of years. Okay, so that's all the pieces and what they're representing. And so it's just a matter of kind of following this pattern. Okay, so let's take a look at one example of this. All right, so you have a ring that was purchased 20 years ago for $500. The value increases by 8% per year. What is the value today? All right, did you guys come up with a number? Josh, what'd you get?
$2,330.48.
Okay, perfect. Did everybody get that? Same thing? All right, so let's talk about the process. Okay, so amount is what we're solving for. Okay, principal is the starting amount. So the starting value was 500. We're going to multiply that by 1 plus. Now, when you write your interest rate, 8% is what decimal form? Remember, percent is per, means divide by. Cent represents 100, so you just move the decimal 2 places to the left, right? 8% is 0.08. Over how many times is it being calculated? If it's 8% per year, it's just a 1. And then to the, again, 1 times our t value, how many years? 20, so 1 times 20 is just 20. Okay, so really what you're calculating is 500 times 1.08 to the 20th, and that should give you your final calculated value of 2,330 and 48 cents. Okay. Right, so any of the story problems that you're going to see here, and I'll go through some more examples of those or the homework next class, but they're all going to follow this same pattern here.